The galaxy had known peace for 500,000 years. The ancient races, the proud bird-like aviacs, the crystalline shard collective, and the aquatic depth walkers had long forgotten the primitive species that once inhabited the third planet. Of a yellow star in the outer rim, humanity had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only empty cities and silent monuments. Commander Val of the Aviax Patrol Fleet received the first anomaly report on a routine survey mission. His ship, the Wind Dancer, had been cataloging dead systems when the sensors detected something impossible: massive energy signatures coming from the Sol system, humanity's former home. "Sir, the readings are off the scale," reported his navigator. "Crix, whatever is generating this power, it's bigger than our entire home fleet." Vel's feathers ruffled with unease. The Sol system had been declared a tomb world centuries ago. Nothing lived there anymore. Yet the energy readings suggested otherwise. Something vast was stirring in the darkness between the planets. The Aviacs had ruled the galaxy's northern spiral for millennia. Their advanced technology and superior flight capabilities made them the dominant military force. The other races respected their authority, knowing that challenging the Aviacs meant facing their legendary starfighters and planet-crackers. But these readings from Sol suggested technology beyond anything in their databases. "Prepare a probe," Vel ordered. "We need to know what's happening in that system." The probe launched, its journey to Sol taking 3 standard days. When the data returned, Vel's blood ran cold. The images showed massive structures orbiting every planet, not ancient human ruins, but new constructions. Gleaming metal cities floated in space, connected by energy bridges that spanned millions of kilometers. And ships, thousands upon thousands of ships, each one larger than an Aviax dreadnought. "Impossible," whispered Crix. "Humans went extinct 500,000 years ago. Our ancestors confirmed it." Vel studied the data with growing dread. The ships bore no markings from any known civilization. Their design was alien, yet somehow familiar: sleek, functional, and unmistakably dangerous. They moved in perfect formation, suggesting a level of coordination that even the Aviacs had never achieved. "Send word to the High Council immediately," Vel commanded. "Tell them we may have a problem." Meanwhile, in the depths of space beyond Neptune, Fleet Admiral Tom Blake stood on the bridge of the human flagship Endurance. The massive vessel, 10 kilometers long and bristling with weapons that could shatter planets, represented the pinnacle of human military engineering. "Admiral, the alien probe has completed its scan and departed," reported Captain Lisa Stone, his second in command. "Shall we proceed with the plan?" Blake nodded slowly. For 500,000 years, humanity had hidden in the dark spaces between stars, building their strength and waiting for the right moment. They had watched the galaxy from the shadows, learning about their neighbors while remaining invisible. The galaxy thought humanity was extinct. They were wrong. While the ancient races had grown complacent in their dominance, humans had evolved, not just technologically, but mentally and physically. Genetic engineering, cybernetic enhancement, and fusion with artificial intelligence had created a new breed of human, faster, stronger, and infinitely more determined than their ancestors. "The time for hiding is over," Blake announced to his assembled fleet commanders. "For 500,000 years, we've been the galaxy's greatest secret. Today, we become its greatest force." The human armada consisted of over 50,000 warships, each one equipped with technology that surpassed anything the galaxy had ever seen. Quantum drives allowed instantaneous travel across vast distances. Molecular disruptors could tear apart enemy hulls at the atomic level. And their newest creation, the reality anchors, could prevent enemy ships from escaping by locking down the very fabric of space-time. "Sir," reported Commander Dave Park from the Intelligence Division, "our deep cover agents confirm that the Aviacs are mobilizing their fleets. They suspect something, but they don't know what they're dealing with. Blake smiled grimly. The humans had infiltrated every major civilization in the galaxy over the past millennia, placing sleeper agents in positions of power and gathering intelligence on military capabilities and weaknesses. Good. Let them mobilize. It won't matter. The plan was simple in its brutality. Humanity would simultaneously strike at every major military installation, communication hub, and government center across the galaxy. In one coordinated assault, they would decapitate the existing power structure and establish themselves as the new dominant force. "All ships report ready, Admiral," Stone announced. Blake looked out at the stars that had once seemed so distant and hostile. Soon they would all belong to humanity. "Begin Operation Homecoming," he ordered. It's time the galaxy remembered who they're dealing with. The greatest military campaign in galactic history was about to begin. The Aviax High Council gathered in their crystal spire above the cloud cities of Area Prime. Fleet Commander Vel stood before the 7 elder birds, his report having shaken the very foundations of their ancient civilization. "You claim that dead humans have built a fleet," screeched Elder Zara, her golden feathers bristling with disbelief. "This is impossible. Our ancestors glassed their worlds personally." "The evidence is undeniable, Elder," Vel replied, projecting the probe data for all to see. "Something has been building in the Sol system for centuries, perhaps millennia. The energy signatures alone suggest weapons capable of cracking gas giants." Elder Hawk, the oldest of the council, studied the images with his ancient eyes. "If this is true, we face an unprecedented threat. Alert the Shard Collective and the Depth Walkers. The Galactic Defense Pact must be activated." Across the galaxy, similar emergency sessions were taking place. The crystalline beings of the Shard Collective resonated with fear as the data reached their silicon mines. The aquatic depth walkers emerged from their ocean worlds, their telepathic networks buzzing with alarm. For the first time in 50,000 years, the 3 great civilizations began mobilizing for total war. In the depths of space, Admiral Blake monitored the alien communications with satisfaction. His ship's advanced sensors could intercept and decode every transmission across the galaxy, giving him a complete picture of enemy movements. "They're scared," observed Captain Stone, watching the alien fleet deployments on the tactical display. "Look at these formation patterns. They're grouping their forces defensively around their home worlds." "Good. Fear makes them predictable." Blake replied. "Status report on our advanced scouts?" Commander Park stepped forward. "All recon units are in position, sir. We have stealth ships monitoring every major enemy installation. The moment you give the order, we can strike simultaneously across 200 systems." Blake nodded. The human stealth technology was beyond anything the galaxy had ever encountered. Their ships could move through normal space completely undetected, using quantum field manipulation to bend light and sensor waves around their hulls. "Sir," called out Communications Officer Jenny Wells, "we're receiving a transmission from the enemy. It's on all frequencies. They're trying to contact us. Put it through." The main screen flickered to life, showing the image of Elder Hawk. The ancient Aviax looked tired and worried, his voice carrying the weight of countless years. "Unknown vessels in the Sol system. This is Elder Hawk of the Aviax High Council. We wish to establish peaceful contact and understand your intentions. Please respond." Blake gestured for the transmission to be cut. "How long until all our forces are in position?" 18 hours, Admiral," Stone reported. "Then we wait. Let them wonder who they're dealing with." The hours passed slowly as tension built across the galaxy. The 3 great civilizations had assembled the largest combined fleet in their history, over 30,000 ships representing the pinnacle of their military might. The Aviax contributed their lightning-fast fighters and powerful energy cannons. The Shard Collective brought their crystal ships, that could regenerate from almost any damage. The depth walkers added their bioships, living vessels grown rather than built. Commander Vel found himself commanding the forward scout fleet, tasked with making direct contact with the mysterious humans. His 100 ships approached the Sol system cautiously, weapons powered but not targeted. "Sir, we're detecting massive movement throughout the system," reported his sensor operator. "The alien ships are changing formation. They're beautiful." Indeed they were. The human fleet moved with a grace that defied physics, their ships flowing through space like schools of metallic fish. Each vessel was a work of art, smooth curves, elegant lines, and surfaces that seemed to shift and flow like liquid metal. "Magnificent," whispered Vel. "But are they peaceful?" His answer came when every human ship suddenly vanished from sensors. "What happened?" Vel demanded. "Where did they go?" "Unknown, sir. They just disappeared. All 30,000 of them." In reality, the human fleet hadn't gone anywhere. They had simply activated their cloaking systems and spread throughout the galaxy at faster-than-light speeds. Within minutes, invisible human warships hung in orbit above every major alien world. "Good. Fear makes them predictable," Blake replied. "Status report on our advanced scouts?" Commander Park stepped forward. "All recon units are in position, sir. We have stealth ships monitoring every major enemy installation. The moment you give the order, we can strike simultaneously across 200 systems." Blake nodded. The human stealth technology was beyond anything the galaxy had ever encountered. Their ships could move through normal space completely undetected, using quantum field manipulation to bend light and sensor waves around their hulls. "Sir," called out Communications Officer Jenny Wells, "we're receiving a transmission from the enemy. It's on all frequencies. They're trying to contact us. Put it through." The main screen flickered to life, showing the image of Elder Hawk. The ancient Aviax looked tired and worried, his voice carrying the weight of countless years. "Unknown vessels in the Sol system. This is Elder Hawk of the Aviax High Council. We wish to establish peaceful contact and understand your intentions. Please respond." Blake gestured for the transmission to be cut. "How long until all our forces are in position?" 18 hours, Admiral, Stone reported. "Then we wait. Let them wonder who they're dealing with." The hours passed slowly as tension built across the galaxy. The three great civilizations had assembled the largest combined fleet in their history, over 30,000 ships representing the pinnacle of their military might. The Aviax contributed their lightning-fast fighters and powerful energy cannons. The Shard Collective brought their crystal ships that could regenerate from almost any damage. The Depth Walkers added their bioships, living vessels grown rather than built. Commander Vel found himself commanding the forward scout fleet, tasked with making direct contact with the mysterious humans. His 100 ships approached the Sol system cautiously, weapons powered but not targeted. "Sir, we're detecting massive movement throughout the system," reported his sensor operator. "The alien ships are changing formation. They're beautiful." Indeed they were. The human fleet moved with a grace that defied physics, their ships flowing through space like schools of metallic fish. Each vessel was a work of art, smooth curves, elegant lines, and surfaces that seemed to shift and flow like liquid metal. "Magnificent," whispered Vel. "But are they peaceful?" His answer came when every human ship suddenly vanished from sensors. "What happened?" Vel demanded. "Where did they go?" "Unknown, sir. They just disappeared. All 30,000 of them." In reality, the human fleet hadn't gone anywhere. They had simply activated their cloaking systems and spread throughout the galaxy at faster-than-light speeds. Within minutes, invisible human warships hung in orbit above every major alien world. "Admiral," Blake smiled as the final pieces fell into place. All units report ready for simultaneous strike. Target acquisition confirmed on all primary objectives. He opened a channel to broadcast across the entire galaxy, his voice reaching every alien ear simultaneously. People of the galaxy, this is Admiral Blake of the Human Defense Fleet. Your ancestors believed they had destroyed my species 500,000 years ago. They were wrong. We have watched you from the shadows, learned your weaknesses, and prepared for this moment. You have one choice: submit to human authority, or face the consequences of defying us. You have 1 hour to decide. The galaxy held its breath as humanity revealed itself at last. The ultimatum echoed across every world, every ship, every communication network in the galaxy. For the first time in 500,000 years, humanity had spoken, and the galaxy trembled. In the AVX High Council chambers, chaos reigned. Elder Hawk's ancient voice cracked as he addressed his fellow leaders. 1 hour. They give us 1 hour to surrender our entire civilization. This is madness, shrieked Elder Zara. We are the AVX. We have ruled the Northern Spiral for 100,000 years. No primitive species can make demands of us. Yet their ships surround our worlds, Elder Raven pointed out grimly. Our sensors detect nothing, but our deep space monitors show gravitational distortions around every major planet. They are there, invisible and waiting. Commander Vell's voice crackled through the communication system from his position near Sol. Elders, I must report something disturbing. We attempted to scan one of their ships when it decloaked momentarily. The readings suggest technology that operates on principles we don't understand. Their power output exceeds our most optimistic estimates. Meanwhile, in the crystal matrices of the Shard Collective homeworld, millions of silicon-based minds connected, in perfect unity, to debate the crisis. Their collective consciousness processed information at light speed, analyzing every possible response to the human threat. The humans possess technology beyond our understanding. The crystals resonated as one. Their stealth capabilities render our sensors useless. Their power signatures suggest weapons that could shatter our crystal cores. In the deepest ocean trenches of Aquaria, the Depth Walkers' telepathic network hummed with fear and confusion. Their ancient minds, evolved over millions of years in the crushing depths of their world, had never encountered a threat they couldn't perceive. The dark swimmers have returned, pulsed Elder Wave through the water. The legends speak of the surface dwellers who vanished into the void. They have grown strong in the darkness between stars. High. Admiral Blake monitored the alien communications from his flagship, watching as panic spread through their networks like a virus. His enhanced human senses could process information faster than any organic brain, while his cybernetic implants connected him directly to the fleet's tactical computers. Status report, he commanded. All stealth ships report ready, Captain Stone replied. We have targeting solutions on 4,000. Priority targets across the galaxy. Government centers, military bases, communication hubs, and industrial facilities. Resistance levels? Commander Park stepped forward with his intelligence report. The AVX are mobilizing their war fleets, but they're scattered and confused. The Shard Collective is attempting to coordinate a unified response, but their decision-making process is too slow. The Depth Walkers have retreated to their deepest ocean trenches. They're afraid. Blake nodded with satisfaction. The Human Intelligence Network had been studying these species for millennia, identifying their strengths, weaknesses, and psychological profiles. The simultaneous revelation and ultimatum was designed to maximize confusion and minimize organized resistance. Sir, Communications Officer Wells reported, we're receiving responses from several alien governments. They're requesting negotiations. Expected. What are they offering? The usual diplomatic protocols. Treaties, trade agreements, shared technology exchanges. They're trying to buy time while they organize their forces. Blake's enhanced mind processed the tactical situation in microseconds. The alien fleets were still hours away from any coordinated response. Their communication networks were compromised by human infiltrators. Their leadership was paralyzed by fear and indecision. Perfect. Open a channel to all alien forces, Blake ordered. His image appeared on screens across the galaxy. A tall, imposing figure in a black uniform, his eyes enhanced with cybernetic implants that glowed with inner light. Behind him, the bridge of the Endurance hummed with advanced technology that seemed almost magical to alien observers. Leaders of the galaxy, Blake began, his voice carrying absolute authority. You have requested negotiations. Very well. Here are our terms. Complete and immediate surrender of all military forces. Dissolution of your current governments. Acceptance of human authority over all inhabited systems. In return, your species will be preserved and given roles in the new galactic order. Elder Hawk's voice interrupted from Area Prime. Human Admiral, your demands are unacceptable. We propose a different arrangement: shared governance, mutual respect between species, and peaceful coexistence. Blake's expression didn't change. Counteroffer rejected. You have 30 minutes remaining. The transmission ended, leaving the alien leaders in stunned silence. In their arrogance, they had believed they could negotiate as equals with a species they thought extinct. They were beginning to understand their mistake. Admiral, Stone said quietly, the alien fleets are beginning to mass for attack. The AVX War Fleet is moving toward Sol System. The Shard Collective is charging their planetary defense grids. The Depth Walkers are surfacing their bioships. Blake smiled coldly. Then they've made their choice. Prepare for simultaneous strikes on all targets. Show them why humanity survived in the darkness while they grew soft in the light. The final countdown began. The hour expired in silence. Admiral Blake stood motionless on his bridge, watching the tactical display as alien fleets moved into attack positions across the galaxy. The AVX Warfleet, led by Commander Vell's reinforced squadron, approached. The Sol System with weapons hot. The Shard Collective had activated their planetary shields and charged their crystal cannons. The Depth Walkers surfaced their massive bioships, creatures the size of cities with living weapons that could devour energy itself. All targets confirmed, reported Captain Stone. 4,732 priority objectives marked for simultaneous strike. Execute Order Omega, Blake commanded. Across the galaxy, in the span of a single heartbeat, humanity struck. The attacks were invisible death from the void. Human ships decloaked for microseconds, just long enough to unleash weapons that operated beyond known physics. Molecular disruptors tore apart alien warships at the atomic level. Reality anchors locked entire star systems in temporal stasis. Quantum bombs converted matter directly into energy, creating miniature suns that vaporized everything in their path. The AVX Warfleet never saw what killed them. One moment they were flying in perfect formation toward Sol. The next moment, their ships simply ceased to exist. Commander Vell's flagship Wind Dancer flickered like a dying star before dissolving into component atoms. 30,000 AVX warriors died without firing a shot. On Area Prime, Elder Hawk watched in horror as human ships materialized above his crystal spire. But these weren't just weapons, they were works of art. The human vessels moved like living things, their hulls shifting and flowing as if made of liquid metal. Energy patterns danced across their surfaces in colors that had no names. Magnificent, the Elder whispered, even as death descended from the stars. The Shard Collective fared no better. Their crystal ships, thought to be nearly indestructible, shattered like glass when human weapons hit them. The collective consciousness that had guided their species for millions of years screamed in unison as their crystal matrices exploded in cascades of light on their homeworld of Silicon Prime. The great crystal formations that housed their civilization began to crack. But the humans weren't destroying them. They were converting them. Advanced nanotechnology spread through the crystal networks like a virus, rewriting the basic structure of the silicon-based life forms and bringing them under human control. Depth Walker's bioships, living creatures bred for war over countless generations, proved equally vulnerable. Human bioweapons infiltrated their organic hulls and rewrote their genetic codes in real time. The massive creatures that had once terrorized entire star systems became docile servants, their living weapons now obedient to human commands. In less than 6 hours, it was over. The three great civilizations that had ruled the galaxy for 500,000 years lay in ruins. Their fleets were destroyed, their governments eliminated, their homeworlds under human occupation. Not through massive battles or prolonged campaigns, but through precision strikes that left no room for resistance. Admiral Blake received the final reports from his fleet commanders as he stood in the ruins of the Aviax High Council chamber. The crystal spire still stood, but human soldiers now patrolled its corridors. The surviving elders knelt before him, their proud wings clipped and their spirits broken. "The galaxy is secure, Admiral," Captain Stone reported. "Total enemy casualties: 47 million military personnel. Civilian losses: minimal. Infrastructure damage: negligible. Human casualties: 0. Perfect," Blake replied. He looked down at Elder Hawk, the ancient Aviax leader who had once commanded respect across 1,000 worlds. "Do you understand now why your ancestors failed to destroy humanity?" The elder's voice was barely a whisper. "You were never truly gone, were you? No, we adapted. While you grew comfortable in your dominance, we evolved in the darkness. We became something your ancestors could never have imagined, a species that could not only survive extinction, but emerge stronger than before." Blake walked to the great windows of the spire, looking out at the human ships that now filled the sky above Area Prime. Each vessel represented centuries of hidden development, technologies born from the harsh necessities of survival in the void between stars. "Your species will continue to exist," Blake told the defeated aliens, "but under human guidance. We will teach you efficiency, purpose, and the strength that comes from unity. The galaxy has been chaotic for too long, multiple civilizations competing for resources, fighting petty wars, wasting their potential." He turned back to face the assembled alien leaders. "Under human rule, there will be order. There will be progress. There will be peace." Elder Hawk raised his head slowly. "And if we refuse to accept this peace," Blake's enhanced eyes glowed softly in the dim light, "then you will join the countless species that thought they could defy evolution itself. The choice, as always, is yours." The conquest of the galaxy was complete, but the real work was just beginning. 1 year after the conquest, the galaxy bore little resemblance to its former self. Admiral Blake, now Supreme Commander of the Galactic Human Authority, stood on the observation deck of Terra Station, a massive construct built in Earth's orbit that served as the new capital of galactic civilization. The station was a masterpiece of human engineering, combining practical military design with architectural beauty that took the breath away from alien visitors. Through the transparent aluminum windows, Blake could see the transformed Earth below. The blue planet that humanity's ancestors had called home now bustled with activity from a dozen different species, all working together under human guidance. AVX construction crews used their flight capabilities to build impossible towers that reached into the clouds. Shard Collective engineers contributed their crystal-growing technology to create living buildings that could repair themselves. Depth Walker biofarms produced food that could sustain any form of life in the galaxy. Status report, Blake commanded as Captain Stone approached with her daily briefing. Integration continues ahead of schedule, sir, Stone reported. The AVX Leadership Council has officially ratified the new governmental structure. Elder Hawk has been appointed as their representative to the Galactic Senate, and he's proven surprisingly effective at managing the transition. Blake nodded. The former AVX leader had initially resisted the new order, but witnessing humanity's benevolent approach to governance had changed his perspective. Rather than enslaving the defeated species, humans had offered them partnership in building a better galaxy. The Shard Collective reports 97% integration with our communication networks, Stone continued. Their collective consciousness has adapted remarkably well to human oversight. They're actually more efficient now than they were before the Conquest. This had been one of humanity's greatest surprises. The silicon-based life forms had initially feared that human control would destroy their unity, but instead it had enhanced it. Human quantum computers could process information at speeds that even impressed the crystal beings, allowing for unprecedented coordination across their collective mind. And the depth walkers? They've exceeded all expectations, sir. Their bioships have become the backbone of our new exploration fleet. Commander Ray reports that they've already discovered 17 new systems suitable for colonization, including 3 that contain previously unknown intelligent species. Blake smiled. The aquatic aliens had proven to be natural explorers once, freed from their fearful isolation on their homeworld. Their living ships could adapt to any environment, making them perfect for first contact missions with newly discovered civilizations. Speaking of new species, Stone continued, the diplomatic teams report successful negotiations with the metal singers of the Rigel system. They've agreed to join the Authority voluntarily after witnessing our integration policies with the other races. This was becoming a pattern. As word spread throughout the galaxy about humanity's approach to governance strength combined with fairness, efficiency balanced with respect for cultural differences, more species were choosing to join. The human authority without resistance. Blake walked to the central command center where dozens of species worked side by side. AVX officers used their keen eyes to monitor sensor readings. Shard collective minds processed vast amounts of data in seconds. Depth Walker biotechnicians maintained the living systems that kept the station running. And overseeing it all, human commanders coordinated the greatest civilization in galactic history. Sir, called out Intelligence Officer Park, we're receiving a priority transmission from the Outer Rim. Scout Fleet 7 has made contact with something ... unusual. Define. Unusual. A massive artificial construct, sir. Bigger than anything we've ever seen. It appears to be some kind of ancient installation, possibly predating all known civilizations. The alien technology is completely unknown to our databases. Blake's enhanced mind processed this information quickly. Even with all their conquered territories and integrated species, the galaxy still held mysteries that could challenge human dominance. Assemble an investigation fleet, he ordered. Full spectrum analysis teams, military escort, and diplomatic contingent. If there's another civilization out there that survived as long as we did, we need to understand their intentions. As his officers rushed to carry out his commands, Blake reflected on humanity's journey. 500,000 years ago, they had been a young species barely capable of reaching their own moon. Their enemies had tried to destroy them, thinking they were eliminating a minor threat. Instead, they had forged the greatest force the galaxy had ever seen. The human fleet that had emerged from the darkness was more than just advanced technology and superior weapons. It represented evolution itself, the power of adaptation, the strength that came from surviving the impossible, and the wisdom gained from centuries of hidden observation. Now, as humanity prepared to face whatever new challenges awaited them in the unexplored regions of space, Blake knew that they were ready. The galaxy had taught them that power without purpose was meaningless, that conquest without compassion was hollow victory. Humanity had not just conquered the galaxy, they had made it better. The age of human dominance had begun, and the stars themselves would bear witness to what a determined species could accomplish. When they refused to accept extinction, the galaxy was home at last.